Gilbert Gottfried's here.
You're kidding?
Gilbert's there.
About to leave, though. Well, tell him to come in.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to go, Leonard. You got enough problems.
Okay.
You don't need Gilbert goofing on you.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad enough we just goofed on you.
Yeah. But you're my buddy. That's okay.
We love you, man. I'd like to see you play. I mean, it's kind of upsetting, for just a brief second when Robin said maybe we should be talking to Washington.
You started to get that feeling.
I started thinking, maybe we should get to know this guy. Let him do a couple of sports reports.
And Howard, sooner or later.
Hey, you know what we ought to do next week?
What?
When Leonard calls in, we'll have Washington on the other line. And let him start, saying, no, that's not the way it happened. Hey, look, man, you weren't in the game. You wasn't in the game. I was there, man. I saw what happened, man. I was in the game.
You are crazy.
Man, when the local kids and stuff come up to you and ask you why you're not playing, and do the other team members come up to you and go, "Oh man, hey, I'm so sorry. Next week, man, next week," and you're like, "Hey man, I'm still making $900,000," and then it's just like but you don't want we have to explain ourselves like when we got fired and stuff.
Yeah. Nobody believes you.
Nobody believes you.
You're okay.
Does everyone come up and console you? And isn't that more annoying than anything?
Well, there's a couple of guys on the team that are in the same situation.
Right. So you all sit around and
you're forming a club.
And Leonard's like, I'm not supposed to be in this club. Not yet.
But
I'm not supposed to be in this club.
For the most part, these guys.
Loser club.
The loser club.
Hey, Leonard, come join the loser club over here on the bench. And Leonard's like, no way, man. There's no way. I'm not facing up to this.
We'll pick fiberglass together.
Loser club.
They're playing poker on Sunday.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, Leonard, why don't you come over and go over our house? Like when the nerds invite you over. Why don't you come over, man, meet the wife and everything, Come on, you're one of us now. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm one of you?
You are nuts.
Hey, man, tell the local kids you're allergic to Lyme. That's why.
That's what it is.
They're trying to find a cure.
That's exactly what it is.
And as soon as
I'm allergic to AstroTurf.
Do local kids ask you about it and stuff?
No, not really. Not really.
They touch him on the leg and run away. Sometimes they throw rocks at his house.
Yeah.
Sort of like that old lady in the neighborhood everyone thought was a witch.
Gilbert, you see who called in this morning? Jay Leno, for real.
So, the governor's out of money.
And Robert Klein was talking about how he was listening to me and you doing Jay Leno. He thought it was real funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool when we were doing that? He was listening?
Let me hear it.
You like Robert Klein? I mean, isn't he sort of like one of those guys?
He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
He's one of your
Excuse me, what were you talking about? Yeah.
What's that? Well, Leonard, there's really not much to talk to you about, is there?
No, I
What
mean,
can
It's
we
not like
say?
you're doing
You
a hell of
didn't
a lot now.
Yeah.
Thank goodness none of the team played this week.
Yeah.
So you're
Pretty
like
soon you'll be a
everybody
guest
else.
on Joe Franklin.
Hey, he's laughing all the way to the bank. It's just it's a pain in the no matter how much money he's making, it's still a pain in the ass because every stupid teammate comes up to you and is like, oh man, I'm so
Patting
sorry.
you on the back.
Hey man, don't worry, bro. Yeah. Hey man, don't worry. You see, you're gonna play. You're gonna play. It's just like, hey man, I know I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
Do you see you're gonna play?
Here's a few bucks. I don't want any argument.
Hey Leonard, promise me one thing. No matter how bad things get, don't start a rap career.
No.
All right?
No.
Please.
No.
It's always bad when athletes who've retired start rapping.
Never.
It was kind of weird when what's that guy's name? Larry Holmes was on our show.
Right.
Oh, yeah? You got a tape of it?
Yeah. I was just like, Larry, you're a great boxer, man.
Sit home and count your money.
You're a millionaire businessman. What do you need this for?
That's right.
Be on there rapping.
Trying to rap.
What do you need the aggravation
He
for?
can't be young. Would he be old MC?
Old MC, right. Old MC.
Well, you can say that.
Yeah, we can't.
Okay.
We're not. Listen, if I was a black man, I could say that. I just don't want to offend the black community.
Okay.
You understand? You can get away with that kind of humor.
Okay.
You're like in Living Color. They can say stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, anyway, listen, I wish you luck with whatever you're doing.
Thanks a lot.
And when you're sitting there on the bench, man, hey, screw those guys. Don't sit with those losers because you're going to be back playing.
Yeah.
I would say occupy your time constructively. Bring one of those cellular phones
Yeah.
and work out some business or something you can do.
Parcells is trying to just sort of teach you a lesson. Hey, let me tell you what Parcells' mind is going about. LT he can't afford to keep out of the game, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He can't really afford to keep you out of it. But he's got this kid who's kind of playing okay. He wants to show you, man, that he doesn't, he feels humiliated that you were out of practice and all that stuff. So he's going to teach you. He's going to give it to you.
Punishment. Like
Yeah, little
slapping the
punishment.
kid on the hand.
Yeah, he's going to give you a little
Don't stick your
punishment.
hand in the
He'd
cookie
really
jar.
like to be doing that to LT.
Right.
But he can't.
He can't get away with
so
that.
It falls on you.
It's
Yeah.
called punishment. Get your hand out of the cookie jar.
You should
You've
smack
been
him.
a bad boy.
Did you talk to Parcell at all?
No.
That's
No,
good.
and I won't.
Good.
Marshal won't take his calls.
Yeah, well, good. You shouldn't.
That's right.
You
All
mean while you guys are in meetings and stuff, you don't say anything?
I don't say nothing.
Well, that must be pleasant. Stress-free locker room.
You know what Leonard was doing when he was a kid?
What?
He was buckwheat.
You wondered what happened to buckwheat.
Let me rap. I'm writing you a rap song, all right?
Okay.
I need some, do we get anything like a rap bed?
Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm real good at that. yeah, I have that
That's
rhythm.
the one thing you can't do.
Yes. One of those few things.
Anytime else you mention any name, Gilbert can do an impression.
Yes.
But you
Get
just
up,
can't.
get up, get down. 911's a joke, you're not down. Flavor Flav say, All right, here we go. You ready? The Giants am all finks.
What is the tune?
The Giants all they am finks. John Washington now he sure stinks. I should be the star. I be the best by far. I held out for the Bucks. Now I sit on my ass and it sucks. See? And you rap.
That's a good one, man. You should take that one to Def Jam Records.
Yeah, that would be big. All right, listen, I got to go, Leonard. Listen,
Okay, guy.
Hey, I hope you get some time playing.
All right,
I
guy.
really do, man. We're all pulling
We'll
for
be
you.
watching you this coming weekend.
Right.
This is going to be a big one.
All right, bro.
Big one.
We love you.
Okay, bro.
We're behind you.
Okay, bro.
You're number one, man. Bro.
Okay, man.
Bro. You're
Hey,
number one.
bro.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Hey,
I
my
made
main
it.
man. Hey, home.
I've become a pro.
Hey, homie.
homeboy.
Hey, homie.
Home.
You're my. Hey, homie. You're my number one.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right. I'll speak to you guys next
When
Monday.
you rap proud, I still gets all my pay, and Sunday is a holiday. All right, my friend. You understand, right, my homie?
Okay, man.
That's what you call your main man, right?
Oh,
homie?
okay, homie.
Right, homie, right?
Yeah.
Hi, homie.
Hey, Holmes. I love talking black.
What you be saying, homie?
Hey, homie. Hey, homie. You are gonna be.
It is, homie.
Hey, homie.
Hey, homie.
Hey, homie. Hey, homely.
What?
That's what you call an ugly girl.
What it is, homie?
If it's your main man, he's homie, and if it's an ugly black girl, you call her homely.
Homely.
Oh, homely. Homely, what you doing, baby? Hey, homie. That's your. Where's your sister, homely?
Hey, that's your sister, homie.
Hey, no, but seriously,
You
he
are
is-
so
you are.
spiritual.
Hey, am I your homie? Because you're my homie. Seriously, you my homie?
Yeah. Yeah.
You are my home.
Yeah.
You are my homes.
Oh, man.
We think of you as our homie, bro. You're a real homie, bro.
You're this show's number one homie.
You better watch out. You're going to grow some kinks in your hair.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with kinks, homie.
Okay.
And let me tell you something, homie. You're
What is
number
it,
one.
bro?
Hey, you're still making 900,000, and any homie's making 900,000 all right with me.
Yeah. That's
It's
right.
number one with you.
You're my number one homes.
You one bad homie.
Gilbert, you're so black.
Ooh, Gilbert, I've never seen you like this.
Oh, you could
boy.
talk like that.
Ooh.
Yo, man. You one bad homie.
Yo,
Hey, Howard, he keeps talking like that. His libido's going to grow.
let me tell you something, my man. You are the homie. Let me tell you something, my main man. You are number one bro on this show, and you are a homie.
Okay.
Don't let the man get you down, homie.
Flavor Flav says Holmes. Seriously, what else could I call you? Homie or... I'm trying to think back to Roosevelt. Everyone was Holmes.
Home.
I was even Holmes at one point. Sherlock Holmes, they call me. All right, hey, Leonard, good luck, man. You deserve to be playing. You're number one.
Okay, man.
You're a homie.
You're a real homie.
You know, well, this is the day of reckoning is next Sunday.
I
when
can't
they're
wait.
Playing the Washington Redskins.
And where will that game take place? Here, Robin? Or
think-
It's an RFK.
Right, it's in
DC.
Washington. But that's a big game,
This will
Howard.
tell you whether or not we're flake or we're for real.
I
Yeah,
bet
but
you-
they should play you this game.
I bet your homie will be playing that on Sunday because they're going to need him. This Washington's going to
Yeah,
crack
you
him
don't
with some...
fool around
He's
now.
been playing in non-competitive games. All of a sudden, we're going to see if homie's on the bench. I doubt it. All of a sudden, when they're in trouble and there's some pressure on, all of a sudden, our main Holmes is going to be in
Holmes
there.
will be in the game.
You
Dial
bet.
911.
Let me tell you something, my friend. 911's a joke in your
Yeah.
town. All right? All right, I'll speak to you.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Take care.
All right. It's Holmes. Next Sunday, Holmes will be Romes. Holmes roams on the field. I got something funny to tell Gilbert.
Oh.
What are you here to plug a date or just to hang out?
Nah, I was in the area, actually.
All right, we'll be back right after these words. All right, New York Health and Racket Club. Me and Gilbert just sitting here talking about Robert Klein.
I wish I had been privy to that conversation.
It was a good conversation. I said, when are we going to get back on the air? This is just, we're having too much fun in here. New York Health and Racket Club is the only club in Manhattan that lets you join one club and lets you see all 6 locations for free.
Let you see them. They let you use them.
Yeah, why does it say lets you see all 6 locations?
Now, why do they say they let you see the location?
Well, why do they print that and make me look stupid? Well, anyway, whenever I decide to zone out a little and just read the copy,
that's when you get caught.
That's when I get in trouble. New York Health and Racket Club is real good. You work out at all, Gilbert?
You know, working out's important. But
You
the
don't work
governor
out.
has no money.
Working out is important. You do need some exercise, and the problem with most health clubs is you join one and that's it. I mean, getting around Manhattan is very difficult. If you have to go all the way uptown to your health club...
Let's say your business takes you uptown.
Yeah, well, let's face it. I mean, getting motivated to work out. If one of the stumbling blocks is, hey, I'm 30 blocks away, you're never going to go.
I just figured something out. Jay Leno was a little upset with us.
Why?
Because he says you've been ranking on him while he hasn't been around. It's Gilbert who's...
Gilbert's... Well, I'll explain it to him when he comes back here Friday.
You've been ranking on me.
Hey, you know, I don't get it.
I want to meet you after school at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Your ass is great.
So, Gilbert, you don't work out, right?
Well, you don't get a physique like mine without working out.
I'm surprised you can dress yourself.
Yes.
All right. New York Health and Racket Club. They spend more money on cleanliness than most clubs spend on their entire operation. And that's true. It's a very clean club. They have everything. 600 free aerobic classes weekly. All locations have sparkling swimming pools and complete spa facilities. Who can compete with them in Manhattan? Who among them can compete? No one. Free quit smoking program. Join now and receive 3 free months or save over 25% on new membership. It's the New York Health and Racket Club. Jerry Stiller works out there. I saw him there. Can you do an impression of him?
No.
See?
Caught him again.
Look at that. Right in.
So you're an Irish Catholic.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, yes, I am, and you're a Jew.
Yeah, let's go on a date.
Right.
So anyway, we were talking about, like, I was telling Gilbert how Robert Klein's wife called in on the phone, and it was kind of neat because Klein, Klein is one of those guys.
Seems like he's got it all together.
Yeah, well, he's sort of like pompous. He sees himself above all the other comedians except for Richie Pryor.
Right.
He
considers himself in that league.
Yeah, and it's sort of like...
And he may well be.
Right, he just doesn't want his wife calling in. And even, Gilbert and I were talking, it's sort of like a pompous thing to marry an opera star, you know what I mean? It was sort of like a snobbery
turns out
thing.
to be a woman who'd call a radio show.
Yeah, right.
Have an argument with her.
Because she wasn't like the greatest looking woman. Well, she was an okay, she was good looking for, as you say, an opera star.
for an opera star.
Right.
She looked better than Beverly Sills.
Right.
That's about all you could say.
So it was kind of like a snob thing to go out and marry an opera star in the first place.
Being a comedian.
Yeah.
Because you're usually supposed to be with a stripper.
Right. Lenny Bruce married, Honey Bruce. Amazing how she had the same last name as him. How convenient. But, so it was that kind of thing. I said, so with his wife calling in and everything, it was like, wait a second, this isn't supposed to happen in my career. My wife isn't supposed to call it. This is Pat Cooper's career. This isn't my career.
Sort of equal things out.
Yeah, because, Robert Klein, I think, he gets into that whole rap about who is a better comedian. Because we asked him about you, and he was like, Gilbert, yeah, he's funny. But,
I do stand-up.
Yeah, I do stand-up.
Like, there's the difference.
Gilbert kind of goes on. It's just like, Gilbert, because he's definitely one of those guys, like, you don't analyze other comedians at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you goof on them and stuff,
Yeah.
but you don't get into that whole analyzing thing.
Richie had a whole other style.
Richie Pryor and me and David Steinberg, no. He just copied me.
He dropped him out. He wasn't good enough to make it.
Yeah,
he didn't make the cut.
Gilbert Gottfried, okay. Yeah, he's okay.
Eddie Murphy, I think he's a funny actor.
He's a good actor. As a stand-up, though.
Buster Keaton, cute physical stuff.
Yeah. Dice Clay isn't funny, but Sam Kinison is a comedian.
He goes too
Yeah, their minds are
way different.
But they have to take responsibility for what they say. You see, they don't.
So there's a responsibility with everything.
Yeah, there is a responsibility. There's a lot of time spent thinking about comedy there, you know what I mean?
George Carlin, or Georgie, as I call him.
Georgie, or Homie.
Homie, yeah, Homie.
He might. Robert Klein might need to be slapped a couple of times, you know? Robert, come here, Bam.
I think the slap was his wife calling in. I think that put him right.
Oh, that did. She definitely, he's like, but he definitely got knocked down a few. Like
Absolutely.
He definitely got knocked down by the wife and a couple of the movies he'd been in. I didn't even bring up. You don't remember that movie with Gabe Kaplan, Robert Klein, and who was the third guy in it?
Was it Pat McCormick or something?
I don't
If
even
he
know
wasn't,
this.
he should have been.
Yeah.
He was probably directing.
Because he told us he turned down MASH.
Yeah, that he was proud of.
Well, I turned it down because I felt it was a little too pro-war.
Well, yeah, and I didn't think that. Hawkeye's a good actor.
And Allie, as I call him.
Gabe Kaplan at least is a stand-up.
Yeah. Oldie, I couldn't have worked well with.
No. Meanwhile, you know what's really funny? What is it?
Oh, I thought you wanted to know who the other person
Yeah, who's the other person, Gary?
Alex Karras.
Oh,
Alex Karras,
even
right.
better. Even better.
How dare he sign on a movie with Alex Karras?
Yeah. Alex Karras is a good stand-up.
Allie.
Allie, as we call it. Homie.
And Gaby.
Gaby
and Allie.
Gabe-a-la.
The Gabester.
The Gabe Master General.
The Gabe Monster.
The Gabe man who gave up stand-up to become a gambler.
Yeah, good move. He's making videos on gambling. Up your hole with a Merrill roll.
Yeah. See, Gabe approaches apart from the center.
See, Gabe works clean. He'll use a dirty word, don't get me wrong, but not in a dirty sense.
It's to get a message across.
Right. He did say that. Robert did say that.
Yes.
He said,
He uses the words correctly.
I've used an occasional dirty word.
Did you hear that? He uses the words correctly.
We should play back Robert's interview and go over that with him.
He says, I go to a Catholic institution, and I use the dirty words, but I use them correctly.
See, Dice Clay just uses them. I'm not cursing. I'm communicating. I'm using those words as a punctuator.
Nobody complains because I use them correctly.
Right.
See, Lenny.
And they should apologize for not using it. Eddie Murphy, too. He should apologize. Hey, you got to hear this.
Okay.
Do you remember how hard it was for me to convince you to stay in character to do Dice Gottfried on the TV show?
Was it really hard?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
It was five phone calls. Be honest. It was at least 5 phone calls I made to you.
I was afraid it was going to be like when rich little Fred Travalena shows up in costume.
But this was...
and halfway through, it's not working. Then they can't get out of it.
Yeah, so I called Gilbert like 9 times about doing Dice Gottfried.
Yes.
I just said, Gilbert, it's just, you get 5 minutes, stick to it. It's just so funny.
I had just seen Fred Travalena on
you got
some show
nervous.
dressed as the Joker. and after like the first sentence, it's not working, and then you can't get out of it.
He can't get out of it.
Stuck in that makeup.
So then Gilbert did it great. It was brilliant and everything. And then during the commercial on the TV show, he says to me, can I be Gilbert now, or do I have to still be Gilbert Dice Gottfried? I said, you just got a few more minutes, be Gilbert Dice Gottfried.
Yeah,
it's just so funny.
You know what I like about Pee Wee Herman? He'll say, "You want Pee Wee? I'll give you Pee Wee."
Yeah, right. But anyway, it's just so funny. And then it was only 5 minutes, really, when you count up the time, because you have to do commercials and stuff. So, of course, it figures I had to convince him to do this. And everything. Do you know about this?
Oh, go ahead.
So Eddie Murphy's secretary starts calling our TV show every day, requesting a copy of Gilbert Dice Gottfried. Okay. So, look at Gilbert. He's like, thank you. Thank you for making those phone calls to me. So I go,
Mr. Murphy called.
Can I please have a copy?
so wait a second. So then I don't like to give tapes to anybody, even if it is Eddie Murphy and stuff. But
He's got a VCR.
they were
sure.
insistent. I'm talking they called and called and called. I'm talking, and then finally we said, well, what do you want this tape for? Eddie heard that Gilbert Dice Gottfried was very funny and would like to see it. So I'm like, oh, Jesus, here I go again. See, I'm good at, telling people what to do. I'm good at that. I'll tell Gilbert what to do. Finally, I argued and got through to him, and now he'll get a huge movie role.
Yeah,
or
Eddie
be
doesn't want to see you.
Yeah, right. Eddie doesn't want to...
Gilbert Dice Gottfried.
Could you cut Howard out of it? Do we just want to see Gilbert Dice Gottfried? We don't even want Howard. If you could just if you can electronically blank out his face so Eddie doesn't have to stare at it during the interview.
Man, that guy got a big nose.
Yeah, oh, man. That's ruining it.
Gay
That
Jaffe will get a
ruined
part for
it.
you.
Yeah, Gay Jaffe was part of that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the best. You couldn't ask for a better straight man.
Yeah.
too. It's like this homosexual with sweat squirting out.
I didn't even plan it that way. It just...
Plus, one of your crew held up a cue card that said, "Calm down, Gilbert," because they were afraid this guy was going to faint.
That means you knew it was working.
You know, I really resented that. See, that's the kind of stuff on the TV show that I've now successfully eliminated because I've yelled enough times. They're giving cue cards to Gilbert to calm down.
Yes.
You don't have Gilbert on and tell him to calm down.
Direct the guest from the
I spend all week trying to get Gilbert to get pumped up for this, and then they calm him down.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it because I had seen Fred Travellina dressed as the Joker,
Yeah, right.
and he came on some show. And
Yeah, but you're not doing the joke.
I didn't talk to Fred.
No. I would have called Fred Travellina and told him not to do it.
Yeah, and I was thinking, ooh, boy, is this scary.
Yeah.
Oh, then there was another time I saw this girl on Friday Night Video with Louis Anderson where she's dressed up as Cher. And Louis Anderson starts talking about his dead father and how he used to drink.
Yeah.
And she has to remain in the Cher character. And she's going, oh, we're sorry, Louis, about...
But I wouldn't let that happen to you.
She had to be serious, but still be Cher.
Right.
We're sorry that your father's dead and drink.
Louis Anderson. My father beat me and drank and hated me.
Yeah, he's stuck in that
I hope your
character.
book shows are on.
Thank you, Cher.
He used to be a funny guy. Now he
Yeah.
only talks about his father being an alcoholic.
Yeah, what's his problem? Guess he saw himself naked. Gave him a big shock. My father drank, so now I eat whole cows. I just eat the entire cow.
Horns and all.
Yeah.
Horns, udders, everything.
Everything.
Oops.
Everything. Hooves.
Skin, I just eat it all.
Yeah.
The gate.
I vomit up the bones. Oh, I eat the bell. Everything. I called up Letterman's producer, Bob Morton. I'm trying to get some videotape for the TV show, sort of like all my different appearances on Letterman, just to see, because every time I was on, I looked different.
Hi.
Yeah. They want to charge like $17,000, literally. I'm not kidding around, $17,000.
It's more than the mayor's headboard.
Yeah. You could buy 3 headboards for that kind of money. Well, did you see who the mayor had making the headboard for him? It was some government worker or something.
Yeah, some carpenter who works for the
A union guy.
Human Resources Association or something.
If it's a union guy, they have to charge you like $5 billion an hour.
It's $23 an hour and it's something like 500 hours carving out this headboard.
I met this rich guy. He was telling me he had his house painted, right? He had the inside of his house done. Big house, like 11,000 square feet. He had the inside painted and the outside painted. So he had these union guys from the city come in. $130,000. It was an $11,000 job at the most.
They say this headboard should have cost about $1,600.
Right. It's a piece of junk.
But you get this carpenter to do it.
Yeah.
Plus, he saw he was black, and he figured he'd charge him extra.
Yeah, he
How
says,
much
hey,
do you think he'll do?
What does he know?
what does he know?
You know, it's about $100 a nail.
Isn't this the guy who had some wacky stock dealing with that inner city broadcasting?
Tell how much that stock was worth.
Yeah, he can't tell that. He's not going to know what a headboard's worth. That's some mayor we got. He doesn't know. I don't mind he doesn't know anything. What I mind is he can't tell a headboard is a $1,500 headboard. That's what bothers me.
Now, you say that's a $500 screwdriver?
Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
Now, that's real mahogany. All right. All right. What is this guy? Get him out. Right. Well, what is the mayor?
Well, no, what he said before, but a drug thing, and no kids, I don't know why, I don't know why they put it back like that in there.
No, I tell you. That'd be cherry wood? Cherry wood or... Is that cherry wood?
So every time you hit that hammer, that's enough to $100? I didn't know you charged by each time you hit the hammer. No, I realize it's dangerous because you can hit your thumb, so you got to charge extra, but still.
I thought it was incredible that he started explaining to people. It's not like the guy would have been filling out welfare applications
Right.
had he not been making my headboard.
Oh, man.
I don't think that was the point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he would have been on welfare if he didn't get all this money.
He would have been on welfare.
No, because he worked for the Human Resources Administration. It's like he took him away from making out those applications.
Oh, no wonder Gilbert's here. Larry King's column comes out on Monday.
Oh,
That's
it's just my 2 cents.
I wanted to talk to you about Larry King because on his show this week, you know how Larry's gotten into this whole name-dropping thing?
Yeah.
Not only in his column, but you watch his show or you listen to him on the radio. He's constantly peppering the conversation with little names. So he had Barry Levinson on. I told you I saw that show.
Right.
And all of a sudden he just says, I was having dinner with Ted and Jane the other day, and Jane Fonda says, you're the best living American director right now.
Just my 2 cents. But that Jane Fonda can sure do push-ups.
Jane's nips look great with the new breasts.
And they don't move at all.
Here's from his column, and I quote, Goodfellas is a remarkable motion picture. I mean, oh, come on. Yeah,
He's
no
taking
kidding.
a stance.
Yeah, wow. How
He's
controversial.
not afraid.
It's almost flawless. Maybe you think I'm lying, but it's true. I'd eat Ted Turner's underwear if he told me to.
I was having dinner with Ted and Jane.
Ted could put duty on my head, I'd wear it. On a bonnet.
Oh.
Maybe you don't believe me, but it's true. I want to thank him publicly for putting me on television.
Great man, great man.
Ted Turner's my 2 cents, but Ted Turner might be the greatest living broadcast executive in the country. Jane told me that.
And I believe everything she says about the North Vietnamese. It's true. They're good people.
Jane's a great girl. She told me Ted beats the hell out of her. And she loves a good spanking. But it's my 2 cents.
That new facelift sure looks good, Jane. That's just my 2 cents. I like that surprised look you have now. Where you're walking around with your eyes don't blink anymore. I like that in a woman.
Is my imagination, or is Ted Turner the greatest guy in the country? Check this out.
Bro, homie.
Will Leonard Marshal ever get to play? He's one good homie.
What it is, bro.
Maybe I'm nuts, but I love Mayor Dinkins' new headboard.
It's well worth it. You pay more and you get more.
I love Jane Fonda, but one more facelift, and I'm afraid, my friend, she'll have toenails on her nipples. But it's my 2 cents, my friend. My homie. My homie. Me homeboy.
I just resent the idea that he's having dinner with them.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, that's obnoxious. And like Jane was going to say something so profound that he had to mention it. You know,
Yeah.
I could see saying, you know, I had dinner with Jane and Ted, and she said that the atom was first split by you. I never knew that. You know, but instead it's like, she says you're a great director. Oh, great.
Well, in those superlatives of Larry King, you're the greatest living American director today.
No, it's probably true. That's why he got to make Last Temptation of Christ.
What?
The studio said, didn't he make that?
No. Barry Levinson? No.
No, I thought we were talking about Scorsese.
No.
Goodfellas. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He said that to Barry Levinson.
Oh, he said to Barry Levinson? Oh, give me a break.
Boy, what was that thing in Detroit? What was that movie in Detroit? No, that Barry Levinson.
Diner? No, that's
Baltimore. He's in he does the Baltimore movies.
I keep thinking Cadillac Man, but that was
Rain
Danny
Man.
DeVito. No, Danny DeVito and...
No, that was also Baltimore. It was the car dealer.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Tin Man is what you're
Tin Man.
Tin Man. That Tin Man was a great film.
It's my 2 cents, but Tin Man was one of the finest movies about tin in the country.
Jane Fonda said so.
Yeah, I don't know squat. But Jane Fonda told me. Dick.
I was having dinner with Ted and Jane. You can see Jane's ass when she leans over. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, Ted's a great guy. Dumped his wife. Has a family channel because he thinks that's important, but he dumps his family. It's my 2 cents.
Takes a lot of exercise to keep that silicone in place.
You bet. Jane's real honest. puts out exercise videos. Meanwhile, he's in for plastic surgery every 3 months.
She exercises so hard the stitches from her surgery almost split open.
Yeah, blood. I saw blood pouring out of her breast. But don't quote me.
The staples still hadn't. Staples were shooting out of her breasts.
Like a gun.
It was dangerous.
I don't know about you, but I think Ivana's got nice lips.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents.
Sigourney Weaver's got a big crack in her ass.
And unlike Jane, she doesn't have any thread going through it.
Right.
She doesn't have thread and staples and things.
Hey, nobody's mentioned Jackie Gleason, so I will.
He had a gigantic crack in his head.
Yeah. I was having dinner with Ted and Jane, and Ted made the Family Channel so his family would have something to watch while he humps Jane. But it's my 2 cents. Yeah, Jane sure loves it from Ted. She told me she likes doggy position. But it's my 2 cents. I didn't think it was dinner conversation. Yeah, that Family Channel's great. Ted don't feel so guilty when he gets laid now.
Yeah, Ted goes, oh, a staple. Ah. Oh.
You know who's good? Honey Merrill Roman. I had dinner with her, too. It was great having dinner over at Ted's house. For dessert, I smelt Ted's fingers. Call me cuckoo, but I loved it.
I didn't know what it was at first, and I said, gee, it reminds me of Clute, though.
What's this, Grace Salmon? With a fine Béarnaise sauce?
What are we, having a week-old tuna fish?
Hey, Ted, don't clean under your nails. On a personal note.
Just my 2 cents.
It could be worth a lot. If our next movie does well, that's going to be worth a lot in a bottle.
Ted explained to me over dinner, and maybe I shouldn't be writing this because it's personal. He likes to rub his mustache with his fingers and smell them at the same time.
Gee, I didn't know we were having Simon tonight, Ted.
The whole smell of his mustache and fingers and nails was so beautiful.
How come your mustache smells like the aquarium, Ted?
I love the Family Channel. He's such a good family man. Phony.
That's just my 2 cents, but I think he's a phony.
I wanted to get up and punch that dinner in the face. I didn't have the balls, though. I love the money that generates from that show of mine. I would have brought my wife to the dinner, but I think she's divorcing me. I haven't seen her in weeks, you know.
I don't know how we are this week.
She lives in Philly. Boy, Miss America was ugly.
But let me apologize about that.
I was the one who told everyone, vote for a Negro.
Hey, it was a joke. What do you want?
I didn't know they'd listen. I'm used to the days when I had no credibility.
I was just getting into the spirit of the thing.
Yeah. I said, hey, let's screw up white America.
How the hell did I know they'd take me seriously?
49 white women on the stage, and none of them can get a vote. Let me just write one final thing. Truthfully, I think Ted's a low jerk, but I can't write that. Hey, where are you going to be, Hofstra, in 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on there?
Something...
You and Stuttering John?
Yeah. He'll probably MC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, his band is going to open up for you.
Yeah, he'll go... I like when he creates, like, a new word, you know?
Yeah.
Out of the stuttering, it's like... Go there.
Yeah. In order to get through the stutter.
Yes, just some new word comes out, like Manoa.
Menorah?
Yeah, Kotoki. It's like...
Robin, you want to wind up with anything?
Well, yeah, now that you, I hate to start you up again, but
Uh-oh.
Larry King is going to have a show on NBC.
Yeah, so Ted and his family can watch it.
Like the new Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, let's hope this bombs.
So that's something to look forward to. It'll be on Sunday nights from 8 to 9 o'clock.
You know why I know it'll bomb?
Why?
Because anytime Larry King does anything that's on a station that actually has to make revenue...
Well, this is it. This is his opportunity to actually make ratings.
This will fail because Larry King has never gotten a rating in his life. And he knows it.
Let me see.
That's why he does overnights for the last 50 years of his career.
Going to be called Sunday Night with Larry King.
And he sells blenders for a half hour.
Right.
Premieres on October 28th.
You know, a lot of you kids, you know, you come home from school, you want to make a sandwich. That's why you put the bread here, then you put the apples on top of it.
This stuff really clean.
Now, here's an old car. Hasn't been washed in years.
You'll have people like the Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff on.
Oh, yeah?
You'll meet Sylvester Stallone, who's
Yo,
going to
bro.
show clips of Rocky V.
Hey, homie.
Hey, homie.
David Letterman doing stand-up. And
Get out.
Siegfried and Roy
Doing stand-up?
Stupid Wild Pet Tricks.
Wow.
So that's going to be the kind of thing you'll see
Sounds like he's in trouble.
on the new
Ted
Larry
and Jane
King
are going to
show.
do it doggy style. That's my new pet trick.
Like dogs.
Also in the news, did you see this? Bob Guccione's a wacky guy.
Senior or junior?
Senior.
Omni.
He puts, you know, he has all these kids and they need jobs, I suppose. So he has to give them to them. He either has them working on Penthouse if they're the boys, and it seems that all the women work on Omni.
I give job.
Clear your throat.
I give I give jobs to you. I give jobs to young boys and girls.
What's
Can't
your
get
last
it.
name?
Wait a second. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Are you going to do it or
That's
not?
Guccione clearing his throat in the morning.
Wait a second. I think I'm hitting the wrong button. Hold on.
Oh,
Ah.
oh, there we are. Wait a second. Okay. How's that, Robin?
That's very good, Mr. Guccione.
What do I do now?
Well, the thing that interests me about all this is, you know, you have a very volatile relationship with your kids. You know, that Bob Guccione Jr., you finally just kicked him out, so he had to start his own magazine.
That is right.
You just fired your daughter, Nina, from Omni, because she was arguing with you about what should be on the cover of Omni.
Omni is a classy magazine. It is not a magazine that should be filled with sex. Sex is in Penthouse. I like to see the girls' hairs. I tell the girls I like to see their hairs. And various other things. And dingleberries. And why don't my children look like me? Why don't they look like a big fat Italian gentleman with tons of gold chains?
All I know is your daughter, Nina. And a
Nina,
few
Pinta,
other-
and Santa Maria. My three
Those are the
daughters.
other three.
Yes, what about her?
But you had her escorted out of the building by a security guard.
I asked her to take off her panties. And so I could do a photo essay on her. But she refused to do a photo essay.
So you threw her out of the building?
Yes.
Apparently, his daughter was arguing with him because he wants to put a hologram
Yes. On
of
the
a
cover.
Motorola product on the cover of the magazine.
And why did my daughter, who has an inverted nipple, why did my daughter not want to...
She didn't think it was good to have, you know, outright advertising on the cover.
She does not understand the business of making a buck.
She thought that was crass commercialism.
She doesn't know. Her crass from her... from anything, because as long as I own Omni, it will be a profitable magazine. No one said I could do it. No one said I could do it. But I can do it. You're in Bob Guccione voice as well, Gilbert. Oh, yeah. We're going to be showing vaginas of the future.
Oh,
It's a combination Penthouse and Omni. It's vaginas. Holograms of vaginas in the future. Yes. Omni, thank you. Back to...
This voice.
yes. Well, I just thought that was, you know, you're firing your kids and you have them escorted out of the building by security. Like, you can't trust them to leave. They might steal something. Very interesting way he has of dealing with his family.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's maybe why his son hardly talks to him.
But I do trust a man with a goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting.
Looks like Big Daddy Ed Roth.
Yeah. Hello, Big Daddy.
Down in Naples, Florida.
That Nibbles, Florida.
We've changed the name to Nipples, Florida.
Well, local black leaders are up in arms because of an undercover sting operation that was unofficially dubbed Operation Al Jolson.
I know what he said before, but a drug thing. And no kids, I don't know why. I don't know why they put it back in that again.
The white officers who were on this drug bust operation would put themselves in blackface. And then stand on the corner and sell drugs.
Really?
Yeah. And they arrested, 30 people?
And you mean none of the black people could recognize that it was a white guy in blackface?
I wasn't there, Howard.
They got a little suspicious of the white gloves.
Yeah, right.
And the big bow ties.
Yo, mammy,
Yeah.
you're arrested.
Swanee, how I love you, how I love you.
My dear old...
Gee, that pusher sure be a good singer.
Well, they said, look, there was only one black cop on the whole city
Say,
force.
how come that guy I'm buying drugs from looks like Eddie Cantor?
And they just couldn't go out looking the way they did and try to arrest drug suspects.
Oh, that's a funny story.
Yeah. But now they're going to have to stop doing it because some black leaders have protested
What's here?
the whole thing.
Well, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Hey, they were catching drug dealers and suspects.
Whoever heard of a white drug dealer?
Well, that's what the black people were saying. They were
Oh.
saying, look, you're saying drug dealers and drug takers look a certain way.
Well,
Maybe they do.
oh, come on, let's be realistic.
I thought that was an interesting story.
Oh, it's more than interesting.
Jackie Mason's going back to Broadway.
See, I'm going back to Broadway because I think all too often, people go on Broadway and they allow the schwarzers to get away with everything.
What are you doing on Broadway? I guess your movie didn't work out, huh? That Caddyshack 2 and your TV show?
There's going to be a Caddyshack 2 the next day.
Right.
It's a very big thing. First of all, this Randy Quaid is hysterically funny.
Randy Quaid. Yeah, he's a very funny guy.
And I personally requested Randy
Dan
Quaid.
Aykroyd, he must have been very funny to work
A
with.
genius, an absolute genius.
Yeah, and what about Chevy Chase? He's very funny.
Very, very funny, both of them. And both of them hate Schwarzers, which
Oh,
is more important.
Well, actually, what Jackie says is he'll never do another movie or another TV show.
Until he's offered.
He's already a big star.
Until
and
the phone
he's,
rings.
Achieved this success at this age. What does he want to be bigger and do
Yeah.
movies?
Why would you
become
want to
a
be
movie
bigger?
star?
Why would you want to make
At
all that
this
money?
age?
If you wanted me to be in a movie at this point in my career, you would have to call me up personally on the phone.
He also says
Yeah.
you'll hear no old jokes in this new show.
You have all new material?
It's totally new material. I do a whole rap number.
Rap song?
Yeah, I do rap songs. I do a whole thing. Everything is new, brand new. I have a whole new Schwarzer routine.
Schwarzer routine? You talk about the mayor, you call him a
Yes,
Schwarzer?
yes. It's
Yeah.
totally new. Everything is big. It's new. It's brand new. It's very exciting.
Do people still like you since the Giuliani incident?
They like me even more.
I like you more
Yeah.
since that.
They
Yeah,
like
always
me. Yeah.
turn into negative into a positive.
In fact, I'm doing a movie with Giuliani and Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
It's hysterically funny because that Randy Quaid, he's a funny man.
Yeah, he had to be a joy to work with.
And that Diane Cannon.
Boy, beautiful.
When you got someone like that to work off, how can you not be great?
And a realistic plot where she falls in love with you. They show that on HBO every weekend.
What?
The Caddyshack 2.
I know.
Diane Cannon flips over Jackie Mason. Yeah. He's so much fun. He's not stuck up like the other country club members like Robert Stack.
Yeah, I can.
Who wrote that?
And finally, did you know that Willard Scott, that wacky weatherman on the Today Show, suffers from anxiety attacks?
Yeah, didn't he once do a show on that or something?
Apparently, he's, their major spokesperson. He's testified before Congress about it, and the whole thing.
It's hard to believe a guy that talented suffers from anxiety.
His first panic attack struck him more than 20 years ago on a bridge.
So he didn't jump?
And about 6 years ago, he experienced an attack just before going on the air.
What do you mean, like a panic attack?
He feels insecure about his looks.
Yeah.
Apparently, he hyperventilates. He gets really
Over what,
crazed.
though? What is he panicked about?
It's not normal. It's not like there's something that triggers it.
He sees his toupee and gets scared.
Yeah.
Every morning he sees it. It's like, a tarantula.
He gets frightened.
It's unreasonable and has nothing to do with what's going on. So now he takes drugs.
Good.
And he gets it from a guy in blackface.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Hey, look at here, Willard. Yeah, buy here, there's some anxiety drug called heroin.
He says it's like being a diabetic and needing insulin.
You could be like David Brenner, get some coke on Q-tip.
And just
my
think about
back
this.
feels a lot better now.
I'm not addicted to anything.
No, my back feels much better because I have a Q-tip on my nose. I feel cocaine, and I have some heroin because I have athlete's feet. It's always that's always helped me.
I'm staunchly against drugs.
Well, just think about this. Every time that Willard goes on the air,
Right.
that panic is there. He says he's always aware of it, but he doesn't give in to it.
Maybe you should lay off the Maxwell House coffee.
So there you have it. Just
There you
think
go.
about that. There's a man grappling with his insecurities every morning.
Yeah.
And
All right.
that's what's happening, folks.
Let's get out of here. I was going to play all the Zoom music, but we ran out of time.
Oh, we can always do that tomorrow.
Well, we're still here. Unless someone had a problem with our show.
Piles of Bibles, Grandpa's great.
We'll get to that tomorrow. The very best of the Zookeeper. Ooh. I'm going to play some Cream, man.
Cream.
Hey, man. That's
Excellent.
classic.
Got 20 in a row coming up. I hear they might give away 20 grand this week. Keep listening.
Could today be the day?
Tony Pig's going to have 20 in a row. Gilbert's going to be at Hofstra.
I think in 2 weeks. Then at Club Benet in about 3.
Call Club Benet.
I think on the 27th, but I'm not sure.
Gilbert's great. All new material like Jackie Mason.
Everything totally different. It's all different. It's all new.
All brand new. Jokey, Penthouse, Jack Page, Martling. Wednesday night, October 17th at Grandpa's Comedy Club.
2 hookers walking down the street.
in New Dorp Plaza on Staten Island. For information, dial 516-922-WINE. Friday night, October 19th at Mr. Rips in Valley Cottage, New York. Go try and stump the joke man.
But I do totally new jokes now. Now I made it to 3 hookers.
Don't miss Josie Sang appearing at Shooters in Voorhees, New Jersey, October 17th, and at the Hofstra University Playhouse in Uniondale, Long Island with Gilbert Gottfried, October 18th. For the best in mobile music, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. Gilly, what do you like to hear from Cream?
Well, the Creamy.
Creamy, homie.
See, they do a different type of music than...
Want to do some Tales of Brave Ulysses?
I don't think Gilbert's into music, in other words.
No, I'm like really into music.
You into Badge?
Yeah. I'm like really into music.
He couldn't tell you one Cream song.
Yeah.
I admire that, though. Nothing worse than a guy who comes up to you 37 years old, starts arguing with you about how to pronounce Schwalber. Hey, man, it's not Schwalber. Swalbr is not Schwalber.
I hate people who say, what kind of music are you into?
Yeah. None of your business.
Yeah.
What's it to you?
I'll play Badge.
That sounds good.
Yeah, man.
No, it's Bodge.
Right. Coming up on CD3.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. This little Bodge. By the way, it's not pronounced Badge. I did an interview with Clapton just the other week. It was Bodge.
Just my 2 cents, but isn't this bad sound like Bodge?
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.